Imagine you show up for work. You show up for work and you go, let's prep for a bowl game December 31st, the Citrus Bowl. So you start your day getting ready for the Citrus Bowl. You end your day in jail. You end your day losing your job. That's what happened at Michigan yesterday with Sherrone Moore. Now, according to Michigan officials, they found credible evidence that he's married with 3 daughters, engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a staff member, which is a clear violation of the university policy. So he had been there for 2 years as the head coach and finished 17-8 during his time as a head coach. So he's fired with cause. And, now you start to look at a bigger picture here. Now, we'll talk about as much as we can find out about this with Sherrone Moore, because there are a lot of details here. Was he in the meeting where he got fired? What happened exactly after that? Did he go to the staffer's apartment? Did he threaten her and threaten himself, or threaten to kill her and him? But once again, married with 3 daughters. I think he has twin daughters who might be a year old. And when did the investigation start? Because if I'm a recruit, or if I signed there, when did you know? Now, I had gotten wind at the end of October. Now, once again, I'm going to factor in conspiracy theories of, okay, who is generating this story? Where's it coming from? Is it a smear campaign? Does it have anything to do with the Ohio State-Michigan rivalry? I mean, those were the things that I thought immediately. And then it kind of, quiet down. I didn't hear anything about it. Once again, it was a tweet from a source at the end of October who told me this. And I thought, okay, now let's see if anything goes there, anything more attached to this. And then it went away. They lost to Ohio State. And Paulie had brought up something and said, hey, that story's kind of still there. But it wasn't a story. It was kind of a rumor. Nobody was reporting on this. And I thought, okay. And then all of a sudden, boom, fired. And then all of a sudden, add to that, what happens, he has a knife. Now, this is what's reported, goes to the apartment of the woman that he's having an affair with and threatens her life and his life. And then all of a sudden, police are dispatched there. All in one day here. The Wolverines obviously have to find a coach fast because the transfer portal is set to open January 2nd. That means Michigan players are going to have a 15-day window to enter the portal once a new coach is hired. That's a lot. Now, did these players who signed with Michigan, did they have any idea that their coach might be fired? Should they have been told something? Could they have been told something? Because you're going there, in your mind, are you going there under a false pretense there? I'm guessing for legal reasons, they probably couldn't say anything. But those players probably are going, well, wait a minute here. Do I want to stay at Michigan? The coaching carousel stopped. Everybody got their long-term deals or they went and took other jobs. Now, you got to have a coach and you got to get one quickly. If this is 3 weeks ago, does Matt Campbell go to Penn State? I mean, that's the first thing I thought of. Now you're going to look at other guys. Washington's head coach, Jed Fish. There's ties to him from Michigan, and Chargers defensive coordinator Jesse Minter. But they're also going to go after, these guys who just signed contract extensions. They're going to go after Kalen DeBoer. They're going to go after Vanderbilt's Clark Lee. They're going to go after Kenny Dillingham at Arizona State. Nobody thought Michigan was going to be open. We knew Penn State was open. They couldn't fill that. They had over 50 days and had a hard time filling that. And then they got lucky and got Matt Campbell from Iowa State. So this is a mess. This is a mess on all fronts with Michigan. I'm going to throw out a wild card name, and I have no information on this. But if I need a coach right now, proven coach right now, has no ties to anything right now, I go after Brian Kelly. He knows the landscape. Back in the Midwest. No ties. got the money coming from LSU, but he would go in, you could go right in right away. But the other ones, that's kind of a tangled web of trying to get these coaches. Oh, are we going to ask Kalen Bohr if he's interested in Michigan while Alabama's playing in the playoffs? Vanderbilt's Clark Lee, who's done a wonderful job there. I mean, we do throw these scenarios out, and then I just wonder, can you get somebody right now? And what do you do with your recruits? If I'm Bryce Underwood, who just got paid $2.5 million to be your quarterback his freshman year, and he was going to go to LSU. I'm on the phone. I've already been on the phone then, I'm sure, with Bryce Underwood or his reps and say, come on down. You see what Lane Kiffin does for his quarterback? Come on down here. We'll match it. We'll give you a little more. You want to come down here and be our quarterback at LSU? I mean, it's cutthroat right now. And, everybody, all hands on deck. Got to keep the recruits there, those who just signed, the players you have there, and you got to get a coach. And you got to do that in a couple of weeks. Other than that, how's your day going, Michigan? Yes, Eaton.
You know me, I've been a lifelong Youper. Nothing I love spending more than going up north to the Mitten, spending some time having a coney and a pop.
The Mitten, that's nice.
Thank you, Brian.
He's got to change his accent back to the Midwest.
You know me, I've been a lifelong Youper.
Oh, boy.
Get myself a bumpy cake.
What's the poll question today?
Well, I'm trying to think of something that's not insensitive regarding Michigan.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a topic for a poll question because I don't want to be flippant with that.
Like if you recently committed to Michigan, what are you doing now?
Yeah.
I think I feel like if you're being recruited by a school, the job security of the coach that is recruiting you should be paramount.
Yeah.
Right?
But I like that the NCAA allows for these kids to say, do I want to stay here?
Oh, absolutely.
Now, it used to be you're locked in no matter who's coming in to coach, and I think that you should have that window, which they do. You got 15 days, and this is going to be a mad scramble here. Yeah, Paulie.
I would say, though, no disrespect to Sherrone Moore, but he hasn't earned the right to be the reason kids went to that school. My guess is if you're going to Michigan, and you just declared last week you wanted to play for Michigan in the Big Ten with their history. And Sherrone Moore has been a temp coach who's been underwhelming. So, and he's been the shortest stint coach in the past 100 years for that team.
You had everything there.
Yep.
Okay, they gifted you this head coaching position. You got suspended because of the whole sign stealing scandal, and you survived it. And now you have this. You got 3 little kids at home. Yes, he.
I think Paul's right. Sherrone Moore hasn't earned that right to be, I'm going there to play for you. However, he's still the guy that said to all of these kids, you're my guy and I want you to come here. And now he's not there anymore. And the next guy who comes in might like a totally different type of player.
Yeah, because it's about what style do you play. And you're recruiting me for how you want to coach, your style, how your defense is, how your offense is. I mean, it's very specific. We've talked to former athletes here recently. You go to play for a coach. It's not about you're going to play in that conference or play for that school or that environment. It is specific. I'm playing for you. And then everything is year to year. All of this is year to year. Mm-hmm. It feels like it's year to year with the coaches. It's year to year with the players. And now these players are probably saying, do I want to go through this? You got no recruits, okay? Or you're going to have recruits who may want to leave. I mean, it's not like Penn State with signing day because they got crushed. You're still Michigan, and they still have some really good recruits coming in. Where do they rank, Paulie, with signing day?
Michigan off signing day had 27 recruits. They were ranked 4th in the Big Ten, 11th in the country.
Okay.
So pretty standard for them, maybe a little light.
Yeah. But now you wonder if you can hold on to those players and what coach is going to take this job right now. Yeah, Paul.
But this is where NIL can save you. In 5 years, it couldn't. You may go back to these recruits and say, we're all renegotiating. we're all renegotiating. And your initial deals for NIL have now all been bumped up 20%. And that may trump whatever the coaching situation is with the NIL. And we didn't have that availability 10 years ago, 5 years ago.
Yeah, well, we'll see who wants this job, how many players are going to stay, how many are going to go. But just imagine you're going to work and you go, hey, we got to get ready for the Citrus Bowl in a couple of weeks. And he knows there's an investigation going on. He had to know there's an investigation going on. How much did he know? When did he know it? And then all of a sudden, what happened after that? Now, is it attempted murder?
I looked at the police department website, and they said charges are pending, and that Sherrone Moore was held part of the investigation also for his own safety.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's according to, again, I want to stick with the police report. They made it sound like charges are pending and haven't been filed yet.
But if he threatened to kill her and himself, is that attempted murder?
That I don't know, but I
Okay.
think there's a court arraignment this morning.
Okay.